said that Jesus Christ has risen, and he is the open door.
Well, how you doing, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Cajun Conservative, where we talk about life, we talk about liberty, we talk about the pursuit of happiness, and I'm here to show the world that Cajuns do have intelligence. Hope you're having a good day, good week, wherever you're located. Hi, I am alive, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not gonna lie to you. The last episode I did it when I was not feeling well. So I opened up the show. People were texting me Monday morning, like, where is the show? And I usually record on Sunday. We recorded Brothers Just Searching, and I came under the weather. I don't know. I took a picture of me being at the shrimp festival in Delcom, and I didn't eat no shrimp. I ate a little bit of barbecue, but I don't know. I don't know what came over me, but I was a little lightheaded, had the chills, had a little bit of fever. So Monday morning, I said, look, I'm going to rest tonight. I'm going to come in early Monday morning, and I'm going to do it. I couldn't get up. When I finally did get up, I didn't release the show until like 11 o'clock on Monday afternoon. And I could tell, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't even listen to the episode. I could just tell by the way I was that I did not feel well. And I'm going to say I don't think it was my top performance, but I still got some good response about it. And I'm feeling a lot better, ladies and gentlemen. Just to not make you worry. People might ask, well, was it the Rona? I don't know what it was. But hey, I didn't feel well. But on that note, just want to let you know I will not be here on the next episode. I am taking some time off. I had some stuff lined up, and so we're gonna be having Mr. Josh McButcherson. Now, you might be asking, who's Josh McButcherson? He is my good friend from Culper's Canteen Cup. He will be guest hosting for you. He will be spending an hour with you on Monday in the episodes when you hear it beyond. But my good friend Josh from Culper's Canteen Cup, if I'm not mistaken, I think he will bring some of his friends along with him for this ride. It might be the Cajun Conservative might be an honorary Culper's Canteen Cup. We're going to see what happens, but at the beginning, just want to let, if Josh, you're listening, love you, my friend. Thank you for you're going to be stepping in. And look, guys, it's just not me. I said we had some stuff. I had some dental stuff I have to take care of. But the whole gang at Brothers BJS Media is taking a break. Long hours in a day with 40-hour jobs, and with everything else going on here. When we started this close to 3 years ago, give or take, we just thought, hey, it's just us hanging out, talking on microphones. It has grown so much. If you watch this show on YouTube and Rumble, especially Rumble, because Rumble was the first video platform that I went on, and then Spotify came out with their video platforms that we are on, and all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Then we went to YouTube. People asked us to go on YouTube because they wanted to watch us on there. But if you just watch that progression of how much we've changed the studio, the upgrades on the microphones, how many of you remember still the Cajun golden microphone? It wasn't just a saying, ladies and gentlemen. I had a golden microphone. It wasn't pure gold. It wasn't Rush Limbaugh stuff, but it was gold plated. It was fool's gold. It looked real nice. Let's just say it like that. But anyway. So let's start out with some news right here, ladies and gentlemen. And look, I had a plan to open this show up a little different, but something has happened today, and with all the stories that are coming around right now, I felt compelled to start off with this. And I want to ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on with our president? Look, I have 3 articles here that I really want to get to today. And I'm gonna define why I call him backwards Joe. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this president is making stupid decisions. It's not like it's a shock to me. It has happened already before. But, ladies and gentlemen, this president, my goodness, how look you, the American people, so-called 81 million people in this country voted for this man. This is supposed to be the most popular president in the world. He had the most votes out of every president. And how? I'm sorry, I'm not hiding. I'm not good at hiding my emotions. But ladies and gentlemen, this guy, this president, this backwards Joe. I'm fighting with my wire. There we go. I don't get the American people. If 81 million people really voted for this man, I'm just saying, what is he doing? What am I meaning by this? The biggest news that has come out on Wednesday, the 24th of August. President Joe Biden unveils a plan on Wednesday to cancel $10,000 in student loan per borrower earning under $125,000, as well as $20,000 per borrower who paid for college using Pell Grants. The White House officials have been waiting this move for months before officially launching on a $10,000 figure, according to a report from CNN. Thought some Democrat lawmakers have supported canceling up to $50,000 per borrower. Biden has decided to extend the pause on federal student loan repayment to January 2023, while borrowing with undergraduate loans can cap repayment at 5% of monthly income. Biden said on social media that the policy keeps with his campaign promise to eliminate $100,000 of student debts per borrower and will give working and middle-class families breathing room. Nexting $10,000 per debt per borrower would cost $298 billion in 2022 and the total of $329 billion by 2031 if the policy is renewed each year, according to the nonpartisan analysts of the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School. Less than 32% of funding would benefit Americans in the two lower income qualities, while 42% would benefit those more than $82,400 per year. Listen to these figures, ladies and gentlemen. Just listen to this. It's going to cost the American citizen $298 billion this year. We're already halfway through this year. It's going to cost $298 billion and a total of $329 billion by 2031. Ladies and gentlemen, is this president? Look, I want to take his credit card away. Ladies and gentlemen, please, there's an article that I read the other day that said that Biden and his administration has spent more money and has extended more the debt than any president right now. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you remember when Donald Trump wanted to fund the military? And when Donald Trump wanted to use things like to use money to go ahead and help our military grow and to get better, and it was going to extend to the debt, all you heard from the national media was, oh, the debt ceiling going up. Oh, he's spending more money. Oh, where are these jokers at right now? Y'all can tell I rested my voice. That's the one thing good about being sick. You get to rest a little bit. Now my voice is in high pitch. But ladies and gentlemen, where is the media? Where is the media, ladies and gentlemen? Where is the media on this backwards Joe and his spending spree? You don't hear nothing about the national debt no more. Same thing with gas prices. They had to bring up gas prices because gas prices was a big issue to you, ladies and gentlemen, and y'all were forcing it. But you don't still hear about gas. Oh, no, gas prices has went down $1.50. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. But ladies and gentlemen, it's still high. We still have inflation. Nope, not according to the president. We have zero inflation in July. Baloney. Ladies and gentlemen, this president keeps doing this. Now, look, this is money. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. He's forgiving debt look, this is like me taking my brother's $20 and telling somebody, hey, I'm going to loan you $20. And don't worry about giving it back. Do you know who's out of $20? My brother. Because I took it from him without asking. That's what Biden's doing here. They gave these students this loan for them to go to college on the promise that they were going to pay it back. Don't worry about it. It's just the taxpayers' dollars. There's a lot of wrongs with this, ladies and gentlemen, especially like the people that went ahead and bust their fanny to go ahead and pay for college and paid all their debt back and done right by society and right by this country by giving student loan debts back. You got lazy people on campuses right now that probably wasn't even planning on paying their student loan back. It's going to be forgiving them and have a great credit score now. If that's how it works, I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, forgiving people. Look, and first off, look, I never went to college. Oh, you didn't have the smarts? No, I graduated with honors in high school. The reason being I didn't go to college is because I didn't see a need for me to go to college. Now, that's not for everybody, ladies. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, or whatever, engineer, go to college. I'm not against college. I think you should go to college. But the thing of it is, don't go ahead and take out more debt than you have. That's just common, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you listen to Dave Ramsey? You don't take out more than you bring in. It's the same thing. Look, I had to learn this the hard way. I bought a vehicle that I could not afford. But they told me over 5 years it would cost me whatever, thousands of dollars, and I was only making maybe $25,000 to $30,000 at the time. I bought the car. I think it was like a $50,000 car. I made the mistake. I went turned in the car and got a more expensive car because they told me that was the right move, but the dealership was pulling my leg. And ladies and gentlemen, I had to file bankruptcy. I know about finances a little bit because I had to go through it. That's my life story. That was my mistake. And I'm glad I didn't go to college. Because could you imagine if I would have had that mentality at that age and I would have been up in the neck of student debt. Now, I didn't need to. Because look, I found a job and I worked my way back out of it. But ladies and gentlemen, think about this. You're giving these young people student loans. They don't have a job. When they go to college, they do not have a job. And that's I don't even know what analogy I could use for this. But go look, any other loan. Just imagine, go into any loan, go into any bank. Excuse me. Go into any bank without a job. And say, I want a $50,000. I want a $100,000 loan every year. And I will pay you back when I finish or when I find my job in 4 years. The bank's going to look at you and say, you're a nut. Except if it's a student loan. Hey, I'm going to college. I'm going to be an engineer. I'm going to make this much money. Yes, go. Here's your money. Here, go. And you're setting these kids up for failures, ladies and gentlemen. But now whose fault is that? Now we got to go to the ground issue. Whose fault? It's the kid. First off, it's the parents, because the parents should be wise enough and tell their kids, hey, that's not a smart move. But parents, we can't warp their personality. We gotta give our kids what they want instead of loving them and going to the right way. I bet you a lot of you listen to Dave Ramsey. You're like, boy, yeah, we know you listen to Dave Ramsey. You as a parent should go ahead and step up and say, no, that's not a good move. Work your way through college. There's a lot of people that went to college and they don't own a cent. Why? Because they worked their way through it. Now, this is what the mentality of the Biden administration is doing. First off, this is to get votes. Ladies and gentlemen, Biden's approval rating is under the 40%. 75 to 80% of the country don't think he should run. They think he should step down. The Democrat Party, they're bragging about Tuesday night's winning in New York. Like that was a big shocker that New York elected Democrats and tight elected officials. I saw one article. This proves that Roe v. Wade will hurt the Republicans in the state of New York. They didn't talk about Florida. Where Florida, all the school boards went almost Republican by parents, by the way. Parents ran and parents voted parents in. Then you're not talking about the other states that look like Trump's winning record. I think it's like 93% a winning record because of the people he endorses. They won't talk about that, but they're going to talk about the state of New York re-electing Jerry Nadler. That was already there. They're not gonna, but this is for votes to begin with. If I can't, why he waited so long? He could, the same thing with gas prices. If he could have brought down gas prices, why didn't he bring them down before? But ladies and gentlemen, this is for votes. we got to do it right now because we got to make people forget about our failures and our recent accomplishments, according to the Biden administration. Let's go ahead and continue with the president's misguided. I'm trying to be nice. Backwardsness. Let's just say it like that. I don't know. Anyway, so I got this from Breitbart. Now this is hush hush, but Breitbart brought it out, and this is where I found out Biden signs executive order, a direct threat to the dollar. It is no wonder Fox News recently called a deeply troubling development. Still, most Americans have never heard of Executive Order 14067. That's why today, Jim Rickerson, a world-renowned economicist and former advisor to both the CIA and the Pentagon, has just sounded the alarms on this troubling new development. In his critical new position, he reveals a shocking truth about the Biden executive order. And why is it the direct threat to the freedom of every single American citizen? In fact, according to Mr. Rickerson, this order could mean the end of the U.S. dollar as we know it. We're in for a major uphovering of the U.S. dollar, he says. In fact, I predict the third greatest dollar earthquake has already started. The first was Roosevelt's conservation of private gold in 1934. The second was Nixon abandoning of the gold standard in 1971. Now he says Biden plans could pave the way for retiring the U.S. dollar and replacing it with this disturbing new alternate. And this is not some far pipe dream. This is happening. Executive Order 14067 already gives President Biden unprecedented power over the future of the U.S. dollar. He said, and sadly, that most Americans will be completely caught off guard. That's why Mr. Rickerson just released the must-see presentation, which explains in detail how you can prepare for critical events now, including 4 simple steps you could take today to actually prevent from the fallout. Now, what is this executive order? This executive order gives private power to President Biden to take over the dollar or to end the dollar, basically, according to this article from Breitbart. So, ladies and gentlemen, he is freeing debt that he should not be freeing. He is also going ahead and doing an executive order to weaken the dollar. Now, I'm going to tell you this because fact checkers are going, what you talking about? Executive order 14067, which we need to get this pen. I made a whole, when he first got in there, take the pen away, please. Remember that episode? Also, what is Biden doing? He's also helping our enemies, basically. Daily Wire. Biden pursues deal handing world largest state-sponsored terrorism $1 trillion. President Biden, like his predecessor, former President Barack Obama, is urging to protect the landing state-sponsored terrorists on the planet. And this time to the dispersed Iraqi regime will get $1 trillion by the year of 2030 if the nuclear deal Biden is pursuing goes through. You see, look, this isn't on the mainstream media, ladies and gentlemen. You're hearing this on the Cajun Conservative, a backwards podcast in the woods of Louisiana. Excuse me. I have to wet my whistle. Anyway. Oh, man, I'm worked up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm worked up. This president right here wants to take away the debt that's going to add to our debt and use from the tax-paying dollars. He wants to take away the dollar and losing the value of the dollar to probably bring in a one world currency or bring in Bitcoin or something of that nature. And he also wants to give our taxpayer dollars to Iran, the number one sponsor of terrorism. Like I said, you didn't hear. Look, did you hear? Well, you heard of the student that I pulled this from Daily Wire, but Fox News, CNN, and depends on what media outlets. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But did you hear about this executive order or this deal that he's pursuing with the Iranian government? It's to stop them from making nuclear weapons. No, it's not. They're going to take that $1 trillion and they're going to go ahead and try to make more nuclear weapons to go ahead and take out Israel and possibly us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you before I take this break, which I really need. 81 million people so-called voted for this man. 81 million people voted for this. I would like to ask 81 million people what you think about your president now. A president that has helped China more than once, has bowed the knee to China more than once, has signed the most stupid spending bill in the world, Build Back Better 2.0 or light, whatever you want to call it, the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, which is really Inflation Increasing Act. You know why Donald Trump ain't in there? Because of a mean tweet and $1.79 of gas. I remember, look, Scott, if you're listening, I hope you don't mind me using that, but that's one of the most iconic episodes you ever did. Because of a mean tweet and $1.79. Yeah, I would love to have that right now, a mean tweet and $1.79 a gallon gas. Ladies and gentlemen, the Democrat Party has put our country in so much of a mess. And this today, this backwards buffoon called a president of the United States, backwards Joe, has done it. Single-handedly, ladies and gentlemen. Because until about 3 months ago, the Republican Party was standing ground and they let him go. They let it go. But ladies and gentlemen, this is ruining our country. This man ain't for us. He's against us. I'll be right back after this short, needed break. How you doing, everyone? Isaac here. I'm the Cajun Conservative, and I want to thank Brother Lanny Hayes from Hayes' Dump Truck Service for their generous support of the Cajun Conservative and Brothers Just Searching. Hayes' Dump Truck Service serves the Lafayette and surrounding areas. If you have any job that you need done, like cleanup or hauling material to your job site or your home, we haul limestone, we haul sand, we haul topsoil, any type of material you need. If you're in the Lafayette and surrounding areas, please call Brother Lanny Hayes at 337-852-8043. Remember, Hayes' Dump Truck Service, where Jesus is Lord of the company.
With your blood, cleansed and made us whole. Not one hoof, not one soul.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the second segment of the Cajun Conservative Show. Not one hoof left behind by Phil Kennedy. Go check out his album on Spotify and Apple Music. Phil Kennedy, the Open Door album. That's the song we get. That's where we get this song from. Not one hoof left behind. Phil, thank you for letting us use your music. It is an honor and blessing to know you, my brother. Also, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry if I was worked up a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, this gets me upset. Joe Biden was sitting in his basement, and all he was saying is, "We need to be a country that cares about everybody else. We need to police everybody else. Oh, the world stage is laughing at us. All the world stage think we're buffoons because we got Donald Trump in there." And he was crying and crying. We had a president that said, "Look, I want America first." And every time I see stuff like I just reported on, gets me angry because we had a president that said, look, we're going to do what's best for the nation and its people. Now we got a buffoon in there. I'm sorry to call the president. Look, I hate to call the president that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, first off, that's the president of the United States. We should respect the president. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm doing is I'm respecting the office of the president. I respect the seat that President Joe Biden is sitting in. But ladies and gentlemen, the acts that he's doing is not helping the country. It's not. Giving money to Iran possibly giving money to Iran. And then also lowering our value of our dollar by signing an executive order. And then telling students, hey, y'all don't have to pay your debt. Well, don't that help the country? No, it don't. It puts us more in debt. Because, that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people don't realize this. That debt is not going to go unpaid. You know what what's going to go on? A future tax on the middle class and the upper class citizens. Well, don't the rich shit? Did they pay their fair share? Ladies and gentlemen, I hate that bullcrap so much. When somebody tells me that, because you know what? When they put a tax on the rich people, they don't pay those taxes. You know what they do? They go ahead and they put it in their product, or they put that tax on people, and we have to pay their taxes. Don't you know when you go to a store, you have to pay taxes? Do you think that's going to Walmart? No, that's going to the federal government. So the top 1% is going to trickle down to the middle class. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not helping this country, because I hate to tell people, and if you are a liberal listening to this, excuse me, and you're thinking, well, I think, how dare you? It's the top 1%, ladies and gentlemen, the middle class is the backbone of this country. And you screw with that, guess what? We don't have a country. We're going to be a third. And we're also getting to that point, ladies and gentlemen, where we're kind of like a third world nation. Because in a third world nation, you got the super rich and you got the super poor. There is no middle class. And guess who's in power? The super rich. And look, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. Biden, I'm for the middle class, as I reported last week, with a $2.7 million home. Do any of you have a $2.7 million home? If you do, hey, congratulations. But majority of us don't. So, ladies and gentlemen, he needs to stop. All right. So I want to go ahead and talk about John Fetterman for a second. Now, John Fetterman is running for the Senate seat in Pennsylvania. And before I go talking about this, first off, if you're leading and you don't want to debate, hey, all power to you. But it's hypocritical when the Democrats call out Herschel Walker for not wanting to debate Ralph Northam. Not Ralph Northam. Ralph Warnock from Georgia. You heard, and I've been watching these two races very carefully. First off, I don't know how John Fetterman is still in this race. His health alone should have kicked him out. I'm not talking about his political stand. Because look, I am really worried about this man's health, ladies and gentlemen. This man suffered a stroke. He should have pulled out. No, he decides to keep on running. Ladies and gentlemen, do you really want a man? I'm not trying to attack his personality. Maybe Mr. John Fetterman is a real nice dude. I give everybody, if something happens, he listens to the Cajun Conservative and he's real nice. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a pumpkin. If you want to come on the show, hey, come on. But ladies and gentlemen, the thing about John Fetterman is he caught a stroke, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're listening in Pennsylvania, please listen very carefully. Do you want to send a man to the Senate with the history of a stroke and possibly brain damage? Why do I say that? Because John Fetterman dodges debates in Pennsylvania as health questions mount in the wake of a stroke. Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman running against I'm going to say Dr. Odds. I cannot say his first name to save my life. For the state open U.S. Senate seat, continues to receive many questions about his health, and he dodges debates with his opponents. Pennsylvania Post-Gazette reported that on Tuesday that the KDKA TV in Pennsylvania has wanted to hold a television debate, but only Oz agreed to participate. In fact, the cardiological surgeon and longtime television celebrity has used KDKX debate to draw into question Fetterman's health, and there has been a lot of questions revolving around the lieutenant governor's health since he suffered a stroke in May. During recent appearances on Fox News, Oz accused Fetterman of hiding at home and dodging debates. Additionally, Oz campaign told the Post-Gazette that they would continue to argue Fetterman was hiding if they did not get any answers about Fetterman. This all comes at the state Senate. Dave Argyle, Republican, the chairman of Pennsylvania Senate seat and governor committee, pressed Fetterman to share the records he used and the timing when he was informed Governor Tom Wolf about the stroke he previously suffered. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is why. Now, first off, this is hypocrisy at its finest from the Democrat Party. Why do I say that? Because John Fetterman is hiding in his basement. He went on one campaign event in the last couple of months, and they said he slurred words and he had a hard time presenting some things and remembering things. And he don't want to hold a debate. Oh, you got to realize this man is recovering from a stroke. Yeah. Why is he still running? People in Pennsylvania should not look. Like I said, it's not against his politics, ladies and gentlemen. I don't agree with him, but this man's sick. Same thing with the president of the United States. President Biden is not well. I don't know what he got. I don't know his condition. You don't hear about his condition, but you have a man running for Senate that caught a stroke on the campaign trail. This is why I say it's hypocrisy at its finest too, because ladies and gentlemen, Herschel Walker finally agreed to a debate against Warnock. I need to look up the dates. I think it's in October of sometime. But ladies and gentlemen, this man right here, I mean, the Democrat Party, let me correction. I'm losing my train of thought. Thinking thoughts before I need to think them. But in Georgia, they're saying that, that Herschel Walker is scared of Warner. You know, if he goes up against him, Warner's going to show him how inexperienced he is, how much he don't know about the government. And first off, Warnock has only been in there for 2 years. See, a lot of people don't realize that. Inexperienced Walker. Well, what about Warnock? Warnock was a pastor before he did this. But they call out Herschel Walker being scared, being ignorant, this and this. But ladies and gentlemen, at least he agreed to a debate. John Featherman is not debating Dr. Oz. He is not replying to any debates, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you got to realize he's sick. Well, then what? Okay. Oh. See how, and now look, ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing. This is on the Democrat side. It's on this, just not on the Democrat side too. No, it's the Republican side. Herschel Walker is leading. He shouldn't have to debate. John Featherman. This is Republicans talking. John Featherman has to. He's a coward. He's a dissonant. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I don't like John Featherman. To be blunt, I know he was a Trump endorsed and all that. I don't think Dr. Oz is the best one for the job either. But I don't live in Pennsylvania. That's up to you, my listeners that listen in Pennsylvania, for you to decide if you want Dr. Oz or if you want John Featherman. But in my if I was voting in Pennsylvania, I wouldn't vote for John Featherman. Reason I'm a Republican, of course, but at the same time, this man caught a stroke, ladies and gentlemen, and he's not functioning all the way. Just my thoughts. And like I said, this really came up because of the Herschel Walker incident. Democrats calling out Herschel Walker for not debating, but they're condoning what Mr. John Featherman's doing. So anyway, let's move on. So interesting article came out from Just the News. And in a news article that just dropped, I'm going to read it. Well, you know, let me go ahead and read it right now because I think this would be a perfect time to bring this out. So Biden, just a few moments ago at the time of this recording, which is Wednesday, the 24th of August. You're going to hear this on the 25th. Fox News brought this out. Biden said he did not have any advance notice of FBI raid on Trump Mar-a-Lago. Zero, none. President Joe Biden on Wednesday said he didn't have any advance notice of the FBI unprecedented raid on former President Donald Trump private residence at Mar-a-Lago early in the month. And this is a direct quote from our backwards president. I didn't have any advance notice, Biden said, after making remarks from the White House on Wednesday about his administration's plan to cancel student loan debt. None. Zero. Not a single bit. That was his quote, ladies and gentlemen. Why is Biden saying this now? Because I think it's because of this article I'm about to read. I don't quote them too much. I need to maybe start looking into them. But there's a news organization out there called Just the News. And they're real good just pointing out the facts and letting you take a hold of this. And this was written by a guy named John Solomon. I wonder if he's wise. I don't know. I need to maybe call the paper and ask if I can talk to Mr. John Solomon. But the article says, long before, let me read the article and what it says. Biden White House facilitated DOJ's criminal probe. against Trump, scattered privilege claims, memos. Long before his profession, no prior knowledge of the raid on Donald Trump's estate, the Biden White House worked directly with the Justice Department and National Archives to instigate the criminal probe into alleged mishandling of documents, allowing the FBI to review the evidence retrieved from Mar-a-Lago this spring and eliminate the 45th president's claim to executive privileges, according to the corresponding government documents received by Just the News. The memo showed that White House Deputy Counsel Jonathan Su was engaged in conversation with the FBI, the DOJ, the National Archives, and early as April, shortly after 15 boxes of classified and other materials were voluntarily returned to the Federal Historical Agency from Trump's home. By May, Su conveyed to the archives that President Joe Biden would not object to waiving his predecessor's claim to executive order, a decision that opened the door for the DOJ to get a grand jury to issue a subpoena, compelling Trump to turn over any remaining material he possessed from his presidency. The summaries are the magistrates are summaries in several memos and email exchange between the variety of agents in spring of 2022, months before the FBI took the added unpreceded step of raiding Trump's Florida compound with court-issued search warrants. On April 11, 2022, the White House counsel affirming the request from the Justice Department, supported by the FBI letter memorabilia, formally transmitted a request to the NARA, provided the FBI access to the 15 boxes and its review within 7 days, with the possibility that the FBI might request copies of specific documents following the reviews of boxes. Wall wrote Trump's defense attorney, Evan Corcoran. Ladies and gentlemen, all of a sudden the president now comes and say, I didn't know nothing. Did he know something? I know I messed up some words right there, and I apologize. But ladies and gentlemen, did you just listen to this article? White House Deputy Counsel Jonathan Su was engaged in conversation with the FBI, the DOJ, and National Archives. We know for sure somebody in the administration in the White House knew that the raid was possibly going to happen. They fixed it to where they can do it. Listen to this, lady. And now look, this is why I'm bringing this out. Wasn't it the White House that we didn't have no knowledge that the FBI was looking into this? We didn't know the FBI was going to raid Donald Trump's home. The White House said this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I said it earlier in the show. We're getting to a point where we're doing third world crap. Remember, I said that. Well, I said in this segment, in a third world nation, there's only the super rich and there's the super poor. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what happens in a third world nation? I'm going to remind you. God said this, so it sounds like I'm beating a dead horse, but it needs to get hit a few more times so people can understand this. In a third world nation, the president attacks the predecessor or his political opponents. Donald Trump is a potential political opponent to Joe Biden in the 2024 election. And now listen to this, because they make a point in here. Su conveyed to the archives that President Joe Biden would not object to waiving his predecessor's claim to executive privileges. He would not object because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing. Biden, now he just said, I had no knowledge, none, zero, not a single bit. Why all of a sudden he makes this claim? Now maybe somebody asked him, but this article came out the 23rd of August. He makes the statement the day after. Ladies and gentlemen, this article is getting around. I heard it on Dan Bongino. I heard it on other news organizations. and look, Dan Bongino is way bigger than me, ladies and gentlemen, way bigger. So a lot of people heard about this. And ladies and gentlemen, I always said that even when this raid in Mar-A-Lago happened, I said there's no way that the president didn't know about this. And like I said a while back, if he did know about it, he's lying today. Or if he didn't know about it, his White House is out of control. His people are doing their own little thing for political gain. And he's letting them because it's so-called benefiting him. Ladies and gentlemen, it would not surprise me some memos come out or something come out saying that Biden didn't know about this. That's my opinion. But ladies and gentlemen, this article right here from Just the News, from John Solomon. Listen, just the headline catches you. White House affiliated DOJ's criminal probe against Donald Trump. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. That article right there. And these are memos. They have these memos. But ladies and gentlemen, President Biden will go on the stage and say, nope, we didn't know nothing about it. That's his argument. He might be right. This article might be wrong. But ladies and gentlemen, what if it is right? And somebody in the White House, like I said, this raises the question again. If he didn't know, people in his White House, his administration are doing stuff that shouldn't be done. So he should fire them. But no, see, this is supposed to help him politically. On the raid with Mar-A-Lago, by the way, Donald Trump has filed a lawsuit to have a special minister look over, a third party look over stuff, and he's suing the federal government to get this done. I think Donald Trump should do everything in his power, everything legally, to stop what's going on. Because look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, Lady Liberty is not blind no more. She's looking for a D or an R, and that becomes her outcome. And unfortunately, the ones that are in power right now are using her to sway towards the D instead of the R. Because it's not no more two justice system. It is a one justice system. And I hate to say it, this is looking like third world BS. I'll be right back after this short break.
Cheers and good on you, boys and girls. My name is Scott Ford, and I have a show on Rumble. It's the Scott Ford Show, all in one word, the Scott Ford Show, and it's on Rumble. And I also have a motivational success show on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell. That would mean a lot to me. Enjoy your life. Thank you, Isaac. God bless.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the third and final segment of this episode of the Cajun Conservative Show. Time's flying by, ladies and gentlemen. It's just flying by. And I guess it's because all the stories that I'm bringing out today is hitting a nerve. So, and I like that, though. I hope you liked it. I hope you like that as well. But anyway, as I said before at the end of the break, Lady Justice she ain't blind no more, ladies and gentlemen. I'm serious. She's not. If you have a D behind your name, you're fine. 30,000 emails. Erase? No problem. The FBI won't even ask questions on it. The FBI will say, hey, we have a case. It's possibly there was something wrong, but not one prosecutor would take it. So we're not going to worry about it. Oh, possible classified documents? That poses a threat to national security. Let's go. And the president didn't know about it. But somebody in his White House did when the White House said nobody in the White House knew about it. See, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a D behind your name, you're all right. Now, this is going to my next segment, my next story, because this is why I say Lady Justice is blind as well. Paul Pelosi. Who's Paul Pelosi? If you didn't get the last name, Nancy Pelosi's husband, her rich husband. You know, one a while back, Nancy Pelosi like, we didn't invest in nothing with the stock market. And I think this guy did all kind of stuff when she knew things were going down, something like that. But Paul Pelosi's husband, not Paul Pelosi's husband, oh Lord, who knows? We don't know what a woman is no more. Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, remember a while back got arrested for a DWI? And he was, now any American citizen would go ahead and really, it wouldn't be a slap on the wrist. It would be a harsh crime, paid with fines and jail time if you get a DWI. I don't drink. I never drove with somebody that drunk, and a lot of my friends don't drink and drive. While I wasn't in the vehicle, at least. But a normal day citizen that would get a DWI would have hefty fines, very hefty fines. But listen to this: he received jail sentence for drunk driving arrest, but won't serve more time behind bars. What is this talking about right here? So Paul Pelosi, husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, avoided jail time after pleading guilty on Tuesday to drunk driving charge earlier this summer. Knapp County Supreme Court Judge Joseph Sloger sentenced Paul Pelosi to 5 days in jail and 3 years of probation. Oh, Isaac, what? Why are you saying justice is blind? They just sentenced him to 5 jail and 3 year probation. Okay, but listen to this. This is where the kicker kicks in. He will get credit for the 2 days that he already served. So he would spend 2 days in jail and will receive credit for 2 more days due to alleged good behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, this man was in jail for 2 days. How good behavior can you get? I can understand staying there for 5 days and they're like, man, this dude don't give no trouble. We might think it's because he's trying to get out, but hey, we'll give him credit. No, hey, boy, what I want to know the good behavior was. Did he tell all the officers that he was hanging out with, hey guys, I'm thirsty. Can we get some daiquiris? I'm buying. Well, that's some good behavior, boys. Let's give him credit for that. So that's 4 days down to 2, but he only has 1 day left. In lieu of having to spend the final day of his sentence in jail, Paul Pelosi will complete an 8-hour court work program. I can imagine this man picking up cans and trash on the side of the road for 8 hours. He ain't gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Pelosi would have to pay thousands of dollars in fine, which is a nickel to him, attend 3 months drunk driving class, and install a breathalyzer device in his car that will allow the car to start after he has blown into it. And the device confirms that he has not been drinking. Ladies and gentlemen, this man was arrested for drunk driving. Don't need to drive. He's 82. He's filthy rich. His wife is filthy rich. His wife is the House Speaker. She probably can get a detail to drive this man all over the place. He don't have to drink and drive. He can drink in the back seat while somebody drives. But ladies and gentlemen, listen to this man's sins. First off, he got to pay thousands of dollars. We don't know how many thousands, but thousands. He was supposed to get 5 days in jail. He got 2 credit because he so-called stayed in jail for 2 days. Then, because of good behavior in them 2 days, he's been credited 2 days. And the final day would just give him an 8-hour work day so he don't have to go spend the last day in jail. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think you would get that leniency? Do you think you could get a judge to say to you, we know that you've been drinking and driving. You put people's lives in risk. You spent 2 days in jail because of good behavior. We're going to go ahead and not let you spend them last 2 days. And also, the last day, I'll just give you 8-hour work and you just pay a fine. No, ladies and gentlemen, you would be a normal person. A judge would look and say, you stupid couillon. Don't you know you could have killed somebody? Face 5 days in jail. But what about the 2 he already spent? That's when he was arrested. 5 days in jail and a work order, and you have to pay fines. Ladies and gentlemen, they would have thrown the book at us so fast, it would have been unreal. Think about it. And look, and when I say Justice Liberty is blind, yeah, because these elite politicians, especially if you have a D behind your name. If you have a D behind your name, you're all right. Or your name ain't Donald Trump. Because we talked about in the last segment, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is suing. He should go ahead and do everything. Because look, there's articles coming out. Since this article from Just the News, as a question earlier, the Wall Street Journal, Donald Trump hid classified information. Donald Trump did this. Donald Trump did that. And there's proof that Donald Trump cooperated with the FBI. I think there's one article that said Donald Trump said, I don't want this, take it. They're like, nope, you got to keep it. Just put it in a lock and key. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, you don't know, until we get the affidavit seal, which today they should go ahead and have some news on that. We won't know. And then again, it depends on the redecoration of it. Because what are they going to leave out and what the judge is going to allow to be left out and what the judge is going to allow to put in. But ladies and gentlemen, this man was drinking and driving. And he's getting off scot-free. Just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting off scot-free. Don't have to spend no time with Bubba in the jail. Like I said, probably bought daiquiris for everybody. That was his good behavior. I'm just being blunt. Believe me out. I'm just saying the truth. Anyway, let's continue. So a while back, Dr. Fauci said, this is gonna be my last. This president is my last president. I'm gonna stay until Biden finishes his term. And I remember quoting that. I was like, there's something going on. So we got the news article. Well, I got the word that Dr. Fauci is stepping down down in December. Announcing Monday, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Anthony Fauci announced Monday that he will step down from his post as director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease and as President Biden's chief medical advisor in December to pursue the next chapter of his career, stressing that he is not retiring. I am announcing today that I will be stepping down from the position, and as well, and he quotes his places he works, as well as the position of chief medical advisor to President. Fauci said in a statement, I will be leaving this position in December of this year to pursue the next chapter in my career. It has been an honor of a lifetime to have led the NIAID and extreme institutions for so many years and through so many scientific and public health challenges. Fauci said, I am very proud of my accomplishments. So this raises a couple of questions right here, ladies and gentlemen. One, why now? Because, and look, I have another article that from the Daily Wire says, Fauci says he never flip-flop. Oh, what a joke. Fauci said he never flip-flop. It was just the evolution of science. He flip-flopped on this one. Because like I said, he quote, I'm going to stay into the end of this presidency. And I remember bringing out the story. I was like, well, is that maybe a sign that President Biden won't be here at the time of 2024? Then now we have this that he's stepping down in December. So like I said, it raises the question to me, why? And is something going on in the White House? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to point back to the media a few years ago, man. When Donald Trump, when he lost somebody significant in his administration cabinet, it was the end of the world. This White House is in chaos. This White House is unfunctional. This White House is this. This White House is that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like the fourth big name administrative officer in the Biden administration to leave. But you're not hearing the media. Now you're hearing people praise Anthony Fauci. Oh, he was a good man. He took us through COVID. He did this. He did that. Oh, he's a good old boy. Anthony Fauci led us into a lot of problems with the pandemic. he was a flip-flop. Like I said, I'm going to read this article right now because it's going to pay dividends to what I'm saying here. Outgoing Dr. Anthony Fauci was against masking before he was for it. He calls flip-flops like that the evolution of science. He seems to think that everybody who questions his comments certainly must not understand how scientific theories work, but conservatives are letting him get away with the sleight of hand. That's from Tom Mids from the Daily Wire. That is an opinion piece. Excuse me. So he, like I said, Anthony Fauci says he never flip-flopped. On Monday night, Fauci told the MSNBC, with COVID, I mean, the things that we thought we knew in the beginning turned out as the months went by to not be the case, which really forced us to adapt to the changes some of our policies and recommendation. That was interpreted by many as flip-flopping or not really knowing what was going on, he added, when it really was the evolution of science. In response, Buck Saxon, co-host of Clay and Buck, tweeted, "No effing way, Fauci. Can't let him pull this bull. He lied about his his certainty in the science in every phase so he could please his lunatic fan base." I agree with Buck Saxon. No, I was not flip-flopping. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, he was. Anthony Fauci flip-flopped so many times that I lost count. Now, there's some people believing that he is leaving because of investigations. Rand Paul would be one of them. Rand Paul from Kentucky weighed in on Monday on news that Dr. Anthony Fauci would step down from his government role in December, promising that Fauci will still testify before Congress. Fauci's resignation will not prevent a full-throat investigation into the origins of the pandemic, Paul said in a Monday meeting tweet of Fauci, with whom the senator has sparred over congressional hearings on multiple occasions. He will be asked to testify under oath regarding any discussion he participated in, concluding a lab leak. So now, like I said, some people think, well, he's because the Republican Party believes they're going to take over the House and they're going to take over the Senate. I was talking to a good friend this week, and he has close ties to someone in Congress, and they don't believe they're going to take over the Senate. Some Republicans don't believe. I gave my 2 cents why I think the Senate will go to the Republicans. For sure, Congress is going to go. And the Republicans have promised to investigate everyone involved with the pandemic and other things that are happening in this nation. They will have subpoena power, and they will have all that good stuff. So is that maybe why Dr. Fauci is leaving? Now, Dr. Fauci, however, went ahead and made a statement. I have nothing to hide. Fauci claims he's not leaving to avoid investigation. Dr. Anthony Fauci claimed that the reason he is leaving his job as chief medical advisor to President Biden in December has nothing to do with the possibility that Republicans might take over the House and subsequently launch an investigation into his actions. Fauci was confronted by Fox News' Neil Cultivine on Tuesday, the same day it was reported that Senator Rand Paul, a harsh critic of Fauci, sent a letter to the National Institute of Health demanding they preserve all records connected to Fauci. Paul has vowed to investigate Fauci. So why is Fauci leaving? I think it's both reasons I brought out right here. I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's both of them. It's not just one. I think Anthony Fauci's scared. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the whole Democrat Party is scared right now. The whole Democrat Party is scared because the Republican Party is coming at full force right now. I don't care how many wins Biden gets in the Senate and in the House. I quoted it earlier. How people are flipping out right now because Democrats won key seats in the Democrat area. First off, there was redistricting to where Democrats had favor in certain districts to claim more seats in the House of Representatives in Washington. But even with that, there's going to be more people voting in this next election for Republicans because of things like Dr. Fauci and Joe Biden and all these other things. And I think he don't want to be in that firestorm, because if the Senate and the House goes Republican, Biden hardly did anything with the House and the Senate. What do you think he's going to do without both of them? Absolutely nothing. And he's going to run for 2 years saying, I would do something, but them darn harsh Democrats and you American people voted them in. Y'all stop me from doing my agenda. And he's going to blame the American people and do like Liz Cheney. Hey, vote for me next time, please. But Dr. Fauci don't want to stay in that storm. Now, secondly, if he's in there, he's going to have to answer subpoenas. And he's going to have to go in front of Congress. So what was going to happen? Man, if I get out of there, I can say, I don't know nothing at all. Now, Fauci's going to hold up a good fight. He's going to say, well, I have nothing to hide. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever saw Rand Paul and him spar? Rand Paul put him in a knot and threw him into the sea. Rand Paul tore this man up with his questioning. Fauci couldn't answer. There's so many things that the Democrats don't want. And look, that's the thing about Congress, ladies and gentlemen. I hear a lot of people, well, Republicans ain't doing nothing in Congress. They can't. They go to Nancy Pelosi and ask her something. She tells them no, because it's fighting against her party. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something else. I don't know. I brought them 2 reasons why I think Anthony Fauci is leaving. But I think it's something more. I just can't put my finger on it. Fauci is leaving for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, he pushed up his resignation. Remember, he said, I'm gonna finish at the end of this term from the president, or at the end of this president's term, or whatever he said. If that was 2024, 2028, I don't know. But now he's gonna leave in December. He must have got a better job or something. I don't know. Anthony Fauci's filthy rich, by the way. But we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm going to say that. We're going to have to wait and see. Because the way Rand Paul's talking, Fauci's still going to be in the news. The problem is, will it be the left-wing news? So we'd have to see with this. Like I said, look, Anthony Fauci's been in there a long time. I think this is the problem in America. These people like Dr. Fauci that are not elected and they have more power than they should have. I'm glad he's leaving, but I just hope the next person that goes in there ain't as bad as him. And I hope if Donald Trump's the next president, or Ron DeSantis, that they clean house. Let's get rid of all these people that are career politicians. Well, you, the voter, can do that. You can take out, and there will be a lot of them leaving this midterm. But when Donald Trump gets in there, or when Ron DeSantis get in there, because those are going to be the last 2 in the primaries. Don't tell me you don't. Oh, I don't know. No, those are going to be the 2 in the primary if they run. I wish they both wouldn't run at the same time. I wish they maybe would team up. That'd be a power duel right there. Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Oh, you think the left got their calzones in a bunch? You'll be over their eyes. They're wedgie. I'm not going to go there. Sorry. Anyway, but no, there's a reason why Dr. Fauci's leaving. So on that note, I want to thank you for listening to the Cajun Conservative Show. That's all the time we have for today. If you can, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the follow button. Hit the like button on the platform you're listening to. If that's Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, Anchor. If it's Facebook, I've been sharing the episodes on Facebook. Share them with a friend. Like the page. Like me on YouTube. Like me on Rumble. Hit the notification bell on both them networks. Not them networks. Them internet providers. Not internet providers. Man, it's time to go get some coffee, ladies and gentlemen. The streaming services that we're on, go ahead and hit the bell, and it will let you know every time we have a new episode that comes out. So until next time, be blessed, be encouraged. Remember, Jesus Christ is coming back, and he's coming back soon. So don't be faint of heart, because Jesus has overcome the world. Put your faith and trust in him. You never go wrong. Until next time, be blessed, be encouraged. You have a good one. Bye-bye.
And he is the open door.